What is going on, everybody? And in this video, I'm going to give you a state of the market and stock picks for February 15th, 2022. Now, state of the market, where are we sitting? There is a lot of commotion, a lot of shenanigans, if you will, going on with Russia. There was a report that came out first thing this morning, essentially saying that Putin wanted to try to make amends with the U.S. and wanted to leave talks open. Then towards the end of the day, we got information saying that Russia is getting ready to invade. Then Russia also came out and said that they were going to go ahead and just declare martial law. So there's just been a lot of random reports coming out about Russia. But something I've been saying to this point is that the whole Russia incident really doesn't matter, right? It's really not going to affect the market. And we're seeing that in the fact that the market is holding. Now, we did get this one candlestick here on essentially Russia saying that they were going to come attack, whatever the case is. We're going to get volatile candles like that. But we're not going to crash because of Russia. Now, if China decided, hey, we're going to back Russia, that could probably actually provide a lot of volatility. That might actually drop the market quite a bit, only because of the fact that it does affect chips, semiconductors, and stuff like that. So we are going to be in a volatile state going into Wednesday. We might actually chop a lot. So I was actually surprised this morning. Tech pushed as much as it did this morning, considering tech is normally one that is going to get hit when it comes to any kind of inflation, rate raises, or anything like that. Tech is always the first one to sell. I think just after the report with Putin and we completely oversold, so we got a big bounce in tech this morning. But being said, going into tomorrow, we got Powell tomorrow in front of the Senate. Again, he's more fielding questions on his role and what he's doing. He may come out with something. He's not going to give any numbers specifically as to what he plans to do. Again, it's going to be the same song and dance he's been doing. They're going to ask him all these questions. How are you gauging inflation? Blah, blah, blah. He's going to kind of beat around the bush. I don't think he's going to drop anything new. Again, the next meeting's another month away. So people are really waiting till Wednesday on FOMC meeting notes to get detail into that last meeting on why they felt they needed to start taking more action. So I think Wednesday we might get a bigger drop in the market than we currently have. The fact that the market is holding is interesting to me because I think the market is ready to go. I think the market thinks that are priced in. I'm hearing 100-point basis now too, as well. Something actually that was said this morning, which I'm surprised the market didn't sell off of that. Bullard came on, but because that would essentially not have been priced in if it is 100-point basis. But being said, again, he came on and said that, and then turned around and said, well, there's no real rush to do it, but it needs to be done. Inflation and supply constraints are going to last well into 2023. So he didn't really have anything good to say. He was very hawkish about everything he approached, and yet the market continued to push. The markets, I guess, you can see is getting tired of it. And like I said, the market's going to eventually get to a point to where it's not going to care anymore, and it's just going to start pushing up. And I think we're starting to see that, and especially with all the essentially shenanigans with Russia. Again, I don't really see a big impact there anyway, but you'll get some volatility, get these candlesticks every now and again because of specific news events, but you're not going to get any major flush unless there's something major that happens out of it, unless we actually do go to war or something like that. You could get a lot more volatility, and then from that point, kind of chillax and turn around anyway. But so going into tomorrow, we can look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin's actually been holding. Let me just clarify the market tomorrow. We are floating around the 200 on the daily. Like I said, we can drop all the way back down to I think 4250 would be something that we would probably wick straight out of if we did hit. We tried to break out, like I said, then we sold off. So it'd be interesting to see where we are this week by Wednesday. Ultimately, what I'm looking at is Wednesday. I think by Wednesday, we'll probably be down here at the 4,300 mark, essentially floating around there. But I think we will more likely hold there. Again, I don't think this is going to be any kind of major catalyst to essentially crater the market. I don't think that's a possibility unless there's something else that gets translated or something else that is uncertain. It's the uncertainty that makes in the fear that's why we get crashes. And right now everything is essentially being televised, so we're seeing everything that's coming out currently. Again, if there was an emergency rate raise, again, that would be kind of left field, and the market would perhaps not crater, but it would definitely continue this extension down. That's for sure. So again, we have to see the market. I'm expecting, since the market's actually holding right now, I'm expecting the market kind of go sideways overnight. Bitcoin, again, following the market. Again, though, I think it's very strong. It's holding that 20, so that essentially that 4,100 mark, or the 41K mark. So looking for this to start pushing up, especially because of inflation and everything. I think Bitcoin can continue up. Now, really going forward, tomorrow I really don't have a lot. There's a lot of good earnings tomorrow. Upstart is tomorrow. There's which is one of the big ones I want to watch tomorrow, but I'll probably more than likely wait till Wednesday to play continuation of that, only because of Firm. But we'll have to see what happens there. And then ultimately, one thing I do want to keep on watch is Google, particularly because it had great earnings and it's got a split coming in July. I want to see if we can get a break past this 200. Really, during this week, I want to see if we get a break. If we actually get down here to the 25.65 mark, I actually probably want to buy a position at that point, going for the rest of the year. Obviously, it'd be a long-term equity hold on that one. But I do really like Google if it hits those levels. Again, I don't think the volatility is going to go away till we actually get a rate raise. So this up and down and chop and push and pull back and forth throughout the day, I think is going to last for a while. But given the next FOMC meeting, I think we're going to get a pump in between there, between Wednesday and then I think we will get a pump. Hopefully a week or two possibility. But we really have to see what the market is going to do. Given, I don't think there's going to be any information that's going to be surprising over the next 2 days. It's just the market is uncertain what's going to happen. So it's just going to kind of sit still till then. Maybe even sell off more if there's something on Wednesday. Like I said, that would bring us back down to that level. But if Google does perhaps get that low, I want to buy some and hopefully swing that till July, unless we get a parabolic move up or we come and I break even and it flushes even more. Again, anything's a possibility, but Google is definitely one I want to watch. Tesla is a big one I want to watch as well. I want to see if we can cruise down here to the 800 mark. I don't know if that's going to be possible for Tesla. It is one of the stocks that turn around very quickly. Technical wise, it looks like we're going for a lower low here. So maybe even 743 would be nice, but we'll have to see on that one. I think that's more wishful thinking for Tesla to get that low. Again, anything is possible. Some news can come out. Maybe we do go to war. Maybe China sides with Russia. That could bring us down a lot. Emergency rate raise could bring us down a lot. There's a lot of things on the table that have the possibility of doing some more damage than we already have. So that's just something to be mindful of, and why I say to be agile because of this environment. We do have Airbnb and we do have NVIDIA. Airbnb is actually tomorrow as well. I'm looking more for continuation Wednesday for this one, but we'll have to see. Moderna actually got leveled pretty good today, which is interesting to see, especially because of Pfizer. Even with the massive numbers, people are just selling it off. So Could be a potential good one for short if we do get back up to 160 tomorrow or retest that 171 mark. It might be the easier play on the pumps is to short Moderna, more than likely, but we'll have to see how that works. As far as like other picks, I don't really have a lot right now. I think right now what's more concerning is what is going on with the markets. Let the market play itself out, and then from that point, it's better to take position, to just take random positions unless you're actually adding to your long term. Now is really not the time to be swing trading unless, again, you're investing for the long term or you're intraday scalping. Anything else in between, multi-day swings or anything like that, I think really is you're just going to get chopped up. Only because it switches every couple hours. It does not stay consistent. That is for sure. So if you made it this far, go ahead and drop a like button. And until next time, I'll see you guys later.